Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, and in this video, sponsored by the makers of Rise of Kingdoms, I got good news. For those of you that get the pings in the official Discord server, you saw on the media channel, they didn't just announce, hey, update videos live. They said, hey, guess what? This dude is not going to be Ragnar Prime, not in the Wheel of Fortune, not the Mightiest Governor. Instead, he's in an exclusive event. Now, I don't know if he's eventually going to go to the Metal Store, but you get to unlock him for free on the very first day, which is really cool. The Metal Store is where a lot of people are hypothesizing he will go, which is why I mention it. I will point out that Ethelfled, you cannot use universal sculptures on her. So they could put him there and let you use universals, but maybe he'll go to the Sovereign Keys. Probably not going to the Gold Keys. Way too strong. Dude is absolutely Season of Conquest material. All right. There's also an event where you get to try him Expertise, which is really cool too, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go to the video contents. Now, I don't want to spoil a Goose's spooky line entirely here from the video, but let's just say that, Leo, there's a goose behind you. Don't look now. Anyways, so events. We've got Esmeralda's Prayer. Rewards are better than normal, I think, because not only is the city theme here, which we'll talk about in a second, but at the 45 spot, you get 10 Universal Legendary Commander Sculptures. Now, I really like that because harder and harder to get those these days, and also event participation, and I'll show you the events in a second, plus 50% off gems or discounted gems as a 50, 80% off. That should get you to that 45 tier. Get those legendary commander sculptures if that's what you want to do. All right. In addition, Esmeralda's collection's coming back, so that's one way you're getting those coins that you need. Protect the supplies, another way you're getting your coins. Triarch Trouble, this is where you group up. And it's pretty fun, honestly. Teams of 3, and you try to score a bunch of points in an arena. Ghoulish Graveyard, I assume, will give these as well. And I think Race Against Time is up on the screen over here. Maybe that'll show up too. And here is the city theme. 5% infantry attack, 5% gathering speed, lose 5% archer defense. I mean, look, if you're not using archers or you're an Infman, this is a good theme. Or if you didn't get the last gathering theme and you just want to be able to gather, this is a good theme. Use it in the off-season. Gather faster. Seems good, right? Even a farm would want that. There's also the addition of vacation permits. Now, I don't know if this is the real timeline for kingdoms gaining vacation permits, if it's really like 50 days per permit. But the idea here is that if you're going to be away for a while, you're not going to contribute in KVK, that you could ask for a vacation permit and your king sends you one. And if your king sends you one of these permits, you will not be factored into your kingdom's matchmaking for KVK, and all you can do is enter KVK, but not actually fight in the KVK. And you as a player can accept or reject that, and then you get this buff over here showing, look at that, you're in vacation mode. Now from here, let's talk VIP. Oh my God. So at VIP19, you get a Transmutation Stone, and if you zoom in here, you can sort of see the numbers that it's 6 out of 9 million, I think, to get to SVIP. So I think it's 3 million VIP to get to SVIP. And I was chatting with Amfern, who said it's 2 million VIP to get to VIP19. So I am going to be big chillin'. I got more than enough. I think somebody said I have like 12 to 13 million VIP in tokens saved up. But the rewards for VIP19 are good. A Transmutation Stone a day is a big deal, as that is a bigger deal than I thought they were going to give us, quite frankly. And at SVIP, a Formation Choice Chest is a bigger deal than I thought we were going to get, honestly. So pleasantly surprised with the quality of those rewards. Of course, everybody who's not getting to those tiers is going to be like, bro, I can't believe they're getting that. And yeah, it's a lot, actually. Over the course of a year, 365 days of this is 1.5 rare inscriptions guaranteed from Pity when you're pulling legendary armaments, right? And if you just recycled every one of those armaments, which, well, depending on what you're pulling, you might do a lot of recycling. Like, for example, I'm just trying to get my last legendary inscription for Arch. So, like, yeah, I'm doing a lot of recycling as I try to get to that. Even if you were only getting 1 golden coin a day, that is still like 2 sort of credits toward the 8 you need to get a legendary inscription per year. So this is a nice thing to get every single day. Formation Choice Chest. And the Supreme Wheel and VIP shop for SVIP look like this. So you spin the wheel. It looks like it costs 5,000 VIP to do the spin. And There's also maybe free spins periodically, which like, hey, yo. So what do you get from that? You get a small amount of jewels, or, well, there's a small chance for a high amount of jewels, and there's a high chance for a small amount of jewels. That means it's going to be somewhere between like 10 and 50 jewels, most likely. All right. And here is the stuff you can spend them on. All right. So the permanent Clouds of War, I don't know exactly what that does. There is the Endless War, which is, I think, a profile picture theme. I'll show that to you. The Floral Footfall is something that is a march animation. The Cranes Taking Flight is a city theme animation. And the Rain of Fire is a teleport animation. So you use your excess VIP to unlock those. I'm sure they'll add other stuff at some point, and you do need to maintain those on an ongoing basis if you want to continue to have those, because they have a limited duration. Now, from here, in the VIP shop, I think it's VIP19, presumably. It gives you the Transmutation Stone option to purchase, and then SVIP presumably gives you the Formation Choice chests, which is a big deal. And here is what these things look like. So you can see the cranes around your city. I mean, it's nothing like too crazy, you know, like the teleport's got a little fire to it, and that's better as a video than it is as a picture, quite frankly. And then you've got the footfall animation here, right? So like nothing too crazy. Very cool to see. Love the addition, and I'm sure they can add more whenever they want for these different sorts of animations, and I suspect that they will. This is the direction that I think it's very good as the terminal state for VIP. No more buffs, just cosmetics. Okay, there's a few buffs on the way, but once you get there, it's just cosmetics, which, let's keep it that way. It's good. Here's the profile theme. It's I Am Leo with the Saucy Alliance name, right? Pretty cool looking picture back there, though. And like, yeah, all the whales are going to have this very, very soon. Now, let's talk about the Sunset Canyon tournament. This is kind of neat, and I think this works presumably just like it did in Call of Dragons. We just got this. Let me show this to you. I mean, I can flash the sort of rules on the screen here, but rather than explain with the rules, let me just show you the pictures and the brackets of how exactly this works in Call of Dragons. So you can see the esteemed chief over here with the completely PR name won the entire thing. And it's basically a championship for Sunset Canyon. Here, it's called the Paramount Championship, all right? And the way this works is that first there's a qualification window, and the top 128 people in the qualification window get thrown into 8 divisions with groups of 4, all right? So you can see here I was in Division 8, I was in Group 4, I won, okay? And the way that the battling works is in this game, you set 5 lineups, and whatever that lineup is, you go head to head against someone else's lineup. So it has to work on defense and offense because you just, the lineups smash against each other, and it's random. Like you don't know your opponent's lineups. So they might be doing something to counter you and you don't know. In the final match for me, I end up getting hard countered by someone who perfectly aligned opposite to me in a way that just gave them a huge advantage. And like, well, I'll show you that in a minute. But you set 5 lineups. It's best 3 out of 5. So, you know, if I go over here, can I still show it to you? Yeah, I can scroll all the way down here. Like in the sort of first rounds here. Oh, I don't know if I have the total history, but I went 3-0. Yeah, in the group matches, there they are. Cool. Yeah, but if they run longer, basically at that point it will use your 4th lineup or your 5th lineup. It's best 3 out of 5. So it starts with your first 3 lineups, and if it needs to go to a game 4 or a game 5, then it will do that. All right. Now from here, it goes to qualifiers. So 2 people from each group advance. Here's the qualifiers, and it's a bracket, and 1 person from your qualifier rounds will advance. So 1 person from each division makes it to the championship. I made it to the championship, which is actually kind of cool. And this took place over the course of a series of days. So this set of rounds would happen, and then you could change your lineups. Then this set of rounds would happen, and you can change your lineups. And you can actually go peek at like what other people used. So like I can go peek on like, hey, what did Bodhi do in the last round? And figure out like, what should I do? Bodhi's a homie. We're chilling. We're broskies in the same alliance, but you get the idea, okay? And you should be looking at what did your enemy do to try to then counter it. which is very, very cool. And then in the championship, okay, it's basically the same thing as the qualifiers, but it's the winner from each of the divisions. And this is where I got 3-0'd, and this guy just opposite aligned me in a way that was so advantageous for him. But he did go all the way to like second place. So it's not like I didn't lose to a slouch. It's what I'm trying to say. GG's. Oh, but I got cooked. So there's some amount of randomness here. And there's also a lot of skill to like, hey, what am I actually using and what am I going to try to set up? And honestly, I'm very surprised I made it this far at all in the tournament. But it was very cool. So that's what I think it's going to be like in Rise of Kingdoms. Now, in Call of Dragons, there's rewards, and those rewards are based in part off predictions you make for the realm champion and a player champion. And also there's individual rewards. Here, there's realm rewards. In Rise of Kingdoms, there's individual rewards and alliance rewards. Let me show that to you. Right, so here is the individual rewards. There is the alliance rewards. Very, very cool. All right, there's the alliance rewards. I'm like, there's the rewards. I need to actually scroll to the picture, Chisgule. Okay, from here, new Soroli Crisis Boss. I'm hyped for it. Can't wait to check it out. Here's the description of the skills if you want to read it. I would rather just lose and face check to see how it works than read the description. So that's what I'm going to do. Subscribe if you want to see me do that. They're also adding a new level of zoom, which is really awesome. This is cool. They're not showing it with the flags, but when they've showed it in the past, you can really see the territory really cleanly. I think this is going to make spectating your own KVK even a much cooler experience. Now from here, we have to talk about Ragnar Prime and his expertise. Okay, look folks, when I make videos and I haven't had caffeine, I make mistakes. And in my video yesterday, I read the expertise. I was like, oh, his damage factor goes up by 200. I mean, you hit 3 targets. That's a moderate expertise skill. And I was like, yeah, that would be actually believable to be the expertise skill. But it does more than that. All troops hit by this skill. Oh my God, this is an AoE skill hitting 3 targets. And before expertise, it's just the main target takes 300 damage per second for 2 seconds. This makes all your targets take 300 damage per second for 2 seconds. I can't even say it out loud. It's so powerful. And it's a semicircle AoE. So this expertise represents 200 factor times 3 targets, so 600 factor, and 600 factor times 2 targets. It's another 1,200. We're talking about 1,800 damage factor on an expertise. Yo, that's crazy. So yeah, Ragnar Prime, he's going to be good. And you'll get to trial him for free, by the way. So for about a week, you use him for free in this event. We have something like this in Call of Dragons for artifacts. So I think it's kind of cool, actually, that you can like see this and how it works. And for 7 days, you get to use them. You can't use them, however, in fights. So you can't take them like out on the map, but there's events and you can't garrison your city with them, but at least you can like sort of try the commander and like see what you think of it. I think it's a huge win to have stuff like that in the game. All right. There's the sort of full details of this event. From here, there's a Runic Revelations event. I haven't taken the time to figure out exactly what's going on here, but 3 chances per day to consult runes and get rewards. I'll take it. I'll take it. You earn extra rewards the first time you share your divination result. Okay. King of All Britain KVK. I'm hyped for this thing. In part because it's got the Vikings and Ragnar. And I asked a couple times, like, how does this work where there are these different factions and like which one is your kingdom a part of? Apparently the kingdoms draft into factions. So one kingdom will make their choice, then another kingdom or war camp perhaps will make their choice, and so on until all the starting zones are chosen. So you're not choosing at an individual level. There's no weirdness of switching what kingdom you're playing with. Like, I think your kingdom or war camp makes a call. I'm like, then you just take turns sort of picking who's going where. All right. There's also this home gang. Each team has 3 members and you set a lineup. This is also like a canyon-y event. And I won't go into all the details here because I covered it in the past. Needless to say, I'm hyped for it. And you should probably go check out the video to understand what is going on with Spooky Accuse. GG. If you want to see more information about the Home Gang event, or my reaction to Ragnar Prime, where I completely misjudged the expertise skill, which is insane, by the way. And by the way, his expertise skill is so good that maybe if you do use him as the primary and you use him with another commander that does damage over time, you would consider taking Latent Power, that talent that only influences damage over time and you rarely have occasion to take. We may have occasion, folks, and it's looking pretty good. So if you're looking for more information, check the cards here and here. They'll be on screen in a second. I probably will have another video about the update in the next couple days if I've got any additional information, which I hopefully there'll be some extra stuff I can share. If so, vid coming. And until next time, you have fun smashing your enemies. Whew. Check out the videos.